Hello friends, this is Vedic Astrology by Rani and I'm here to talk about for the world predictions for the month of October 2022 and I'll be talking a lot of things about economy, sanctions on Russia, Putin, Zelensky, Trump, Biden, Xi Jinping and their roles, how it's coming out, and that means when the world leaders are getting some kind of negative or positive energies, we benefit or we suffer because of that. So it's very important that you stick with the video all the way through, because there will be much more. I will be talking about recession, stock market, and everything that impacts you and me. So keep in mind, this is about calculations are about Vedic astrology, sidereal method. It's not Western method of calculating. So if you know your lagna ascendant, you can understand what's going on in your life if you are a student of astrology, because I'll be talking primarily about the sign of Libra, how it plays the role in the world and how it will then similarly impact your own life and own chart. So don't forget to subscribe below before we continue, and watch the video all the way through with so much information being there. So main thing in this month is the theme is the solar eclipse of October 22. These eclipses, they leave us an impact for 6 months, and their impact can start about 30 days before the actual eclipse. So it's going to be in this for 7 degrees in the sign of Libra, and the Venus will be there with it. So naturally, Venus, planet of love, when it's going to be suffering and too much heat from the sun, it's not going to be pretty seen in the sign of Libra. It's going to be very chaotic, to say the least. Libra is a sign that represents justice, balance in life, war, peace, stock market, money, and there is a big focus in the on relationships of all kinds. Like in your personal case, it will be your business relationship, your spouse's relationship, and of course, and how we are with the government. So be careful how you deal with the government. You don't want to have this disturbed energy coming in your face from government either. So and the purpose of all these energies, unpredictable energies from the solar eclipses, so that whatever goofy things we have been doing in our life in these areas, we need to fix that. If the government has been doing it, they need to fix it. And what are those things? Let's go find out. We need to be truthful and right. That's fundamental thing. Then we'll have a big and all small, all kinds of things that eclipses will be doing to hurt these areas of her life. So let's begin how government is getting impacted and what they need to do. I'll try to be very brief. Zelensky, his moon being at 24 degrees of Cancer, and sadly Saturn is opposing it too, indicating that his life is in danger. He need to be very careful, especially through the periods all the way through December of this year. If he can survive this one, then he will do okay for them now. Now in the USA, we have Biden, whose moon is in 7 degree of Aries, which alarms me about his safety and about his health. He needs to take very good care of his health. Now we have a planet of transformation, Pluto, stationing in 2 degrees of Capricorn. This is not a good news for Biden either, or even not good for Trump also, because Trump has his Venus at 2 degrees of Cancer in his 12th house of hospitals and prisons. So my fear is that he either will be in the hospital with serious health matters, or more probability is that he may end up in prison, which is a very, very tough situation for him. So he need to do something about it. We can knowledge is power. When we have the knowledge, we can take care of things in a different and a better way. Now, if that's not bad enough, in USA, we have a election coming up on November 8, 2022, and I foresee there will be serious attempts on the voter fraud, which will make then public very angry, and then I am concerned about riots in being USA, in certain parts of USA. Then if you go to China, Xi Jinping of China will have Sun at 0 degree of Gemini, where Mars is being retrograde at 1 degree of Gemini, confirming further the layout of the war in the world. So everybody is throwing the monkey wrench out there and making a war like things worse and worse. So I expect a lot of fights on these matters, and public is not going to like it. Now Mars is retrograde October 30th through January 12th. Keep this dates in mind. October 30th through January 12th. It's going to be in the sign of Taurus. This tells me to expect a big recession. I'm sorry, but this is there for all of us will be impacted. It will ignite the action of fighting also in the spirits of fighting in public, in the world leaders and what have you. It's like we are losing our head kind of thing. Then if that's not bad enough, we'll have lunar eclipse on November 30th. And I think I have mentioned earlier, 6 months impact of these energies will be seen. At least in 30 days in advance, we can start feeling the impact. So that's why we are talking about it. So all of these are indicators of bigger wars, war here and war there. Everybody want to do something and make war instead of looking for peace. People are just in that state of mind, including leaders. Now October 24, Saturn goes stationary and then direct at 24 degree in Capricorn, which is dealing with the energy of Uranus at 24 degrees in Aries. This tells me that we are here to face earth-shattering big events, including earthquakes. Expect the recession. By the way, I am talking about recession. Recession will be at least for a year, and its impacts will be seen further down too. But definitely, coming year is going to be dealing with the lingering bigger impacts of the recession. How about any other natural disasters? Of course, there is a new moon and 5 planets in the earth sign. Jupiter in the 8th house in watery sign of Pisces. There will be blasts and the storms in ocean with the big cyclones kind of things. Expect tsunamis, fire related disasters and volcanoes and big earthquakes with between 7 to 7.5 on the Richter scales. Where will be these taking place? They will be in the northeast countries of the world, and if you are within so those countries are like, for example, maybe South Korea, New Delhi area vicinities, foothills of Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Bhutan, Nepal kind of areas. So those areas, the northeast part of India, they need to be very careful. But Gujarat may also face some minor earthquakes. A big loss of life and property will be seen in the countries and places where this earthquake will happen. So now you can have earthquake prevention kits so that you can survive, and we can talk about that towards the end. Now let's talk about Putin. He's a big player of this war, Ukraine war, as we all know. Is his life in danger? I am thinking no, his life is not in danger, because his Lagnesh is sitting in the Sagittarius sign in his 2nd house, and then he also has a Scorpion Navamsha also. But he will be using the advanced weaponry in the coming times of war. So that is a sad news. We shouldn't take very lightly. The way I look at his chart, let's not take very lightly to Putin. He means business when he says that. I think our government should consult astrologers to find out, how to deal with him. Now, anyways, from the period of 9/28/2022 through February 7, 2023, he is having Mercury Mahadasha. And then his Antardasha of Mercury, and then his another Subdasha of Rahu. Okay, so and then his Rahu being in 3rd house in the nakshatra of Mars, this period will make him a very well talked person in the world, and the world will be in his awe. Rahu also represents gases, So heating gases or other gases will be released to Europe to warm up their homes, and even though it will be higher prices. In his Navamsha, Rahu, who sits in his 11th house, giving him the high popularity, it will help him to fulfill his most cherished wishes, and so planets are on his side. He will succeed in getting approval for his newly created country. I guess it's called Donbass. I think he will get approved that this country is now will be in existence. Now, how will his currency ruble will affect? It will become even stronger. So, Russian economy, yes, it will remain strong too. How about economic sanctions? This period will show that these sanctions or business restriction placed on Russia by the world will slowly start to become kind of meaningless or dissipate, or will begin to lift, because it's not, the world will see it's not doing any sense, it's just hurting the public in general. Last not but the least, stock market. You all want to make some money, right? So if you can afford to have some money, this is the time the market will be very down. Okay, this is going to remain down, especially during those periods that I mentioned earlier, all the way through early January of 2023. So this period, if you buy the stocks with less money and wait for about a year, and then you can sell that, and that will help you to make the money. Now, I will be talking about it throughout the coming times also with your support, and I will let you know when it's the right time to sell your stocks and make money. But keep in mind, consult your professional stock market advisor and consult with the astrologer, because if your chart is not supportive of the stock market, no matter how good it is, it's not going to benefit you. So be careful. Those people who have a chart worthy of investing in stock market can take advantage of this period. With that, I'll close, and thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate your time. Don't forget to subscribe below, leave your comments here, and share the video with the others. With good luck and have peace, and do meditation and yoga. Have earthquake safety kits with some dry food and bottled water, and when the earthquake comes, try to go under some doorway and hold it tight, and try to protect your head like that. And otherwise, if you can get under some strong table or under some strong bed, so that if things fall, that table will protect your head. Thank you so much again. God be with you. Take care. Bye.